What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Stand on Business. This is gonna be a new weekly segment that we do. We just gonna talk some shit. We gonna get to know each other a little bit. We gonna talk honestly though. We gonna talk about what we feel and express our thoughts. This is a back and forth, so I would like to see y'all engage in the comments. If I say something stupid or something that you disagree with or hateful or whatever it is you feel, you put it in the comment section. I promise I don't delete nothing, I don't block nothing unless it's spam, and I'm gonna respond to it. And if I'm wrong, I'm gonna say I'm wrong. And if I'm not, well, you know, we'll deal with that too. What are we talking about today? I want to talk about something that's kind of sitting on me. And I gotta preface all this by saying I'm a moderate, right? I don't usually talk politics, but like I said, we're gonna be truthful. We're gonna expose ourselves a little bit here. I'm a moderate. I believe the left has good things and bad things. I believe the right has good things and bad things. It's the people that make up these organizations that tainted, you know, that tainted the points where you just like, I'd rather just stay here in the middle, man, because both of y'all be tripping. The thing that I want to talk about today, though, is something that happened recently at the State of the Union. I'm sure everybody is watching right now, watch the State of the Union, right? Because it's a major important thing for what's going on in our country right now. Our country's looking crazy right now. It's important to know what our commander-in-chief, the leader, El Presidente, thinks about the economy, thinks about crime, thinks about the border, thinks about race relations, thinks about just what we're doing and how we're moving forward. During that State of the Union, the president brought up the fact that a young lady, Laken Riley, was murdered by an illegal immigrant. Now, I might have said a word there that would have offended some people, right? Might even be you. I don't know. But I do know that today, the president came out and said he regretted using the word illegal in his speech. I also remember that right after the speech occurred, several individuals popped out, and their theme of the speech was, but did you hear him say illegal? President Biden used the word illegal. Ooh, I like the speech, but he used the word illegal. And it's crazy to me, right? Because I feel like everything has gotten so politicized. Everything has gotten so extreme one way or the other that you gotta watch every little word you say. You gotta watch everything you do in public or somebody's gonna have an issue with it. And look, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own thought. I just think it's crazy how hard we try to police each other in a world that's supposed to be a democracy, right? Like, isn't that the issue right now, is that other people are looking into your yard and going, you should cut that grass. But it's not just that they're saying you should cut that grass. It's you must cut that grass or I'm gonna get you locked up. You must cut that grass or you're a bad person. And I'm talking about on both sides. Both sides do that. The left does it when it comes to certain terms or how you express yourselves, or if you say something that they believe is offensive, hey, either fix it, apologize, get on your knees and like cry for forgiveness, or you a terrible person and you should be dragged through the pits of hell and lose your job and all that. Right definitely does it. Hey, toughen up. You know what? I think religion should dictate everybody's way of life. And if you disagree, you are the sin of all creatures and you deserve to burn in eternal fire for all God knows how long. And I say all that to say this. What the fuck is the problem with using a word that accurately describes the situation? We all took reading comprehension in middle school and high school. We took the damn test in that book that was long as hell, and it had you read a paragraph, and then you got like 4, 5, 6, 7 questions following that paragraph, and it basically had you pick answers that reflect about that paragraph. One of those questions, without fail, probably still do it to this day. It's been a long time since I've been in school, but probably still do it to this day, was what was the theme of the passage? Now, if I come up on this podium and I tell you, hey, what happened to that young woman and the safety of her campus while running when she should have been thinking about her fitness, her run, her health, her future, anything but being worried about being attacked and murdered is wrong. When I say that is wrong, and the person who did it should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, you should not then come back and answer the question, what is the theme of this passage? Is it A, the word illegal was used? Is it B, that the person who committed this crime is wrong and should be persecuted to the full extent of the law? Was it C, it'd always be some crazy ass answer on there, that Barack Obama might have been the greatest president of all time? Or was it E, all of the above? If you came away with that and said, A, the term illegal should not have been used, then you was wrong. You missed the whole point of the damn message too. And it's crazy to me that a president has to come back the next day when he should be focusing on beating arguably the worst individual in the world to be running for president right now. He should be focused on that. Has to come back and say, I regret using the term illegal, because his base is like, man, I fucks with you, Joe. I really do fucks with you, but you shouldn't use that word. And you know, if you continue to use that word, then you might not get my vote. Why are we holding to task somebody for using a word that accurately describes the situation? I'm gonna give y'all another example, right? The N-word, nigga, right? Or the ER.
My nigga.
I want you who's well-spoken and articulates himself well.
My nigga. Chill.
Cocktail.
I'm coming, nigga.
That I can't do.
Now don't be a Negro, be my nigga. All right, help me out.
Oh, hold on. I ain't nobody's nigga.
Well, I mean, you somebody's nigga wearing this nigga tie.
For the longest time, I cared about who said that word around me. I would stand on business if it came to defending myself. If I felt like you using the word around me, you shouldn't be using the word around me. That was until I got older. And I started looking at media and I started looking around. Started noticing that a lot of races use the N-word. A lot of races. And most people don't do anything about it. And you know what those races usually use as a defense? Oh, I grew up in that neighborhood. I grew up in a famous black neighborhood with all these blacks around me. They said it's cool. Everybody from the neighborhood says it's cool. When did it become that the criteria for using nigga is where you grew up? How did that become the narrative? And it feels like I'm off on a tangent right now, but I'm not. Hold on, I'm gonna bring it back. When I realized that we as a collective, and I'm talking about blacks specifically, we're not standing on business of saying nobody but blacks can use the word because it's rooted in trauma. We overcame that trauma, and now we use that word to showcase our love for each other and overcoming of the diminishment that word was intended. If we as a collective cannot agree on that anymore, and we're handing out ones and twos, and you seeing black dudes that you look up to on couches, on interviews, and they got a Latino dude in the middle and he's saying nigga this and nigga that, and they not saying nothing because he grew up down the street from him, then why the hell are the rest of us fighting, losing teeth, blacking eyes over a word that you would just be fighting the world, bro? Like it becomes a word at that point. That's what I realize is that, yo, first of all, we too damn old to be fighting about anything, really. But secondly, it's just a word, bro. You use whatever you want. As long as you're not coming at me with some hatred or some violent intent, I don't care what you say right now. I'm not going to be around you. You keep saying it, obviously. But my point being that at some point, I realized it's just a word and that there are bigger things in this world to worry about than the word used to describe somebody. In that case, the word does not accurately describe who I am. I'm not a nigga. Nobody I know that's black is a nigga. We just changed the meaning of the word. However, the individual that killed Laken Riley wasn't illegal. How do I know this? Was he here legally? Oh, okay, got it. So I don't understand the frustration with a word. I feel like there are so many words that we grew up as children using, and most of us didn't give two thoughts about you. It was a word, right? Like, humans see things and we have a desire to define them. We have to give reason to them, right? That's why so many people are anti-religion and so many people are like based in science and fact, because we don't like the mystical, the abstract. We need concrete evidence. If we have all collectively agreed that if you do something that goes against the law, it's illegal, then an individual who did not cross the border in accordance to our laws is not doing it legally, which means he's, here illegally. Again, you can feel free to disagree with me. You can hate what I say. You can even try to educate me. That's fine. I would love to engage with you all on that topic, but that's just something that is weighing on my mind, because when the president has to come out and say that, and the fact that he felt that he needed to say that, sometimes you just want a commander in chief, right? Who don't give a damn what nobody thinks, right? These are my morals. These are my principles. This is what I'm going to stand on. He wasn't here legally. He's illegally. Focus on my theme. My theme is what he did was wrong. The illegal person who was here illegally did a wrong thing, should be prosecuted. In my opinion, should be underneath the jail. That's the point. Not what words I use to describe that person. Nobody gets upset when you say R. Kelly's a pedophile. There ain't nobody marching in the streets, demanding apologies, from anybody who calls R. Kelly a pedophile. Why? Because that word describes what he did. He touched on kids. If you look up the definition of touching on kids, exposing yourself to kids, doing anything sexual with a kid, guess what? Pedophile would be right next to it. So we use that word to describe that person. Pretty sure if you look up the definition of somebody coming over here illegally, you might find the word illegal next to it. And it just feels like over time, every word that's used to describe any negative situation eventually becomes a banned word because it describes a negative situation, which doesn't make any sense because we're going to have no words left. You can't keep moving the ball and saying, well, you know what? Instead of saying, I don't know, midget. Can't say midget anymore. We're just going to say really short person. Okay, 100 years from now, they're going to be like, you can't really say really short person. That's really offensive because people grew up being called really short person. It's traumatized them. So let's just call them people that are not tall. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a word and you're focused on the wrong thing. Focus on the message. So that's what we're going to say today on Stand On Business. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. But like I said, it's going to be a weekly session. We're going to put it up. I don't know. Let's do every Saturday. Let's see how every Saturday works out, right? Stand in your belief. Rock with it. I don't like Trump. I'm not a Trump fan. I'm a never Trump. You can call me whatever you want. Never vote for that man. He could literally come to my house and deliver $1 million. He wouldn't, but he could. And I would still be like, fuck you. However, the one thing that I got to give the guy is that he stands on his own business. His lies, whatever it is, it lies to us, to him is the truth, and he gonna stand on it. I can respect that. If you got something that you believe in, wholeheartedly stand on it and don't bow down to nobody, because this just feels like there's a lot of that going on. Everybody trying to be PC, and we got to be done with that. All right, so those are my thoughts. I'm done. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.